It's hard to imagine how difficult it must have been for this soldier to leave his post to go to war, saying goodbye to his family and leaving them behind. Not knowing whether or not he would ever see them again probably caused him so much distress. And then, there are so many things that can go wrong, and unfortunately, sometimes even the bravest soldiers get injured, or sometimes they lose their lives. But if they do lose their lives, at least they know they died trying to protect their country and their loved ones. This is why we were all so heartbroken to hear about the tragic passing of Sergeant Stubby, a soldier's canine companion who sadly passed away while on active duty. But this story has a twist that will make your heart melt. This brave dog actually managed to find a lost baby in a thick, smoky forest, an act which saved the child's life. So let us take a moment to pay tribute to this heroic dog and explore the heartwarming details. The most important thing for any parent is the safety and well-being of their child. So when a mother heard her baby had gone missing, she immediately panicked. She knew that her son was only wearing a diaper and was completely naked. And given the fact that they were in the middle of a war zone, she feared the worst. Her baby boy was just 10 months old, and although he could crawl, it didn't seem likely that he would be able to travel very far. Still, it was a mystery where he could have possibly gone. They searched everywhere. The little boy was nowhere to be seen. As the search continued without success, the poor mother became more and more worried. Time seemed to slip by, agonizingly slow, and each minute that passed made her fear. Just when they began to lose hope, an unexpected visitor arrived. A dog had appeared at their doorstep, and they soon realized this wasn't any ordinary dog. It was a military dog, and it had some very important news to deliver. Sergeant Stubby was a skilled military working dog who was trained to search for explosives and other dangerous substances. He worked alongside his handler, a U.S. Army sergeant, carrying out important missions in dangerous areas. The pair had already been deployed overseas to serve their country and protect their fellow soldiers from harm. Stubby was highly trained and had a keen sense of smell, making him the perfect candidate for such an important job. He was also incredibly brave and loyal, always willing to put himself in harm's way to protect those around him. Sergeant Stubby and his handler had been on a mission when they got an urgent call. They were needed back at base as soon as possible. When they returned, they were informed about the missing baby and the frantic parents who were desperate to find him. The sergeant knew this was a serious matter and wasted no time in getting started with the search. But he also knew that the odds were stacked against them. They were in the middle of a smoky forest, and the air was thick with smoke, making it hard to breathe. Not to mention the dense undergrowth made it almost impossible to see through. And as the sun began to set, they knew they were running out of time. As darkness fell, the chances of finding the baby alive seemed slim. The parents were distraught, and the sergeant felt a sense of urgency. But then, suddenly, Sergeant Stubby began to move quickly towards a particular area of the forest. His tail wagging, his ears perked up, and his whole body was tense with excitement. The sergeant followed his lead, and soon they found something that made their hearts soar. There in a small clearing, they found the missing baby, safe and sound. He was wrapped in a blanket and placed next to a log, seemingly unharmed. The baby had been missing for hours, and the sergeant could unbelieve he had managed to stay alive in such a dangerous situation. But it was thanks to Sergeant Stubby Skeen's sense of smell and unwavering determination that they were able to find him in time. As soon as the sergeant saw the baby, he scooped him up and rushed him back to his parents. The reunion was filled with joy and relief. The parents were overjoyed to have their son back, and the sergeant knew that he and Stubby had made a real difference. Stubby was a true hero, and his bravery and loyalty knew no bounds. He had risked his own life to save the baby and had succeeded. In doing so, he had brought a lot of happiness to everyone around him. Stubby's act of heroism did not go unrecognized. He was awarded a medal for his bravery and received praise from all corners. People from all over the country celebrated his courage, and people were so proud of what he had accomplished. He was a true American hero, and his story was one that needed to be told. As the news of Stubby's heroism spread, people began to rally together to honor him. A local veterinarian and animal rights activist heard about Stubby's story and wanted to do something special for the brave dog. She reached out to the sergeant and offered to give Stubby a lifetime supply of dog food. She was so moved by Stubby's bravery and wanted to show him how much she appreciated what he had done. He didn't do the heroic deed for any personal gain. But the thoughtfulness of the veterinarian and animal rights activists meant a lot to him. It was nice to know that people were thinking of Stubby and wanted to show their appreciation for him. As the years passed, Sergeant Stubby continued to serve his country with honor and bravery. He remained a loyal and dedicated soldier, always willing to put his life on the line to protect those around him. Despite the dangers he faced, Stubby never lost his sense of humor and his ability to make those around him smile. He was known for his playful antics and his goofy personality, which made him a beloved member of the team. However, Stubby's time on Earth was cut short when he was injured on a mission. Despite the best efforts of the medics, Stubby's injuries were too severe, and he passed away. The news of Stubby's death hit the sergeant and the rest of the team hard. They had lost not only a brave and loyal soldier, but also a cherished friend. The sergeant in particular was heartbroken. He had worked closely with Stubby, and the two had formed a strong bond. He missed Stubby's playful nature and his unwavering loyalty. But the sergeant knew that Stubby had died a hero. He had given his life in service to his country, and that was something to be admired. In the end, Sergeant Stubby's legacy lived on. He was remembered as a true hero, a dog who had shown incredible bravery and loyalty. The sergeant carried Stubby's memory with him always. He told Stubby's story to anyone who would listen, hoping to inspire others with the dog's example. Stubby's story was one of courage, determination, and love. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope could shine through. Although Sergeant Stubby is no longer with us, his bravery and sacrifice will never be forgotten. He will forever be remembered as the heroic dog who saved a life. The story of Sergeant Stubby is a testament to the incredible bond between humans and animals. It shows that dogs are not just pets, but can be loyal and brave companions who can save lives. Stubby's story has inspired people around the world and has reminded us of the importance of honoring those who serve us, both human and canine. So next time you see a military working dog, take a moment to remember Sergeant Stubby. If you enjoyed this touching tale of loyalty and bravery, please don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Your support means everything to us and helps us keep bringing these heartwarming stories to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.